Hello everyone, and thank you so much for tuning in to ChasingCinema.com's official YouTube channel. I'm your host, Jacob Toronto, and today is Wednesday, which means we're going to be talking about movie news. Today I'm going to be talking about Kong vs. Godzilla. I'm going to be talking about Marvel and Fox teaming up, as well as Thor 3. But I just want to quickly remind everyone, if you've not seen my video from yesterday, I listed the top 5 reasons why you need to go out and buy Aladdin on Blu-ray. If you've not seen that video, make sure to take the time out to do so by clicking right here. But let's hop right into it today. Yes, I said Godzilla versus King Kong because Godzilla and Kong will be going face-to-face in 2020. You knew it was all coming, and today, Legendary Pictures and Warner Brothers have made it official. Godzilla is going to do battle with King Kong for the second time as a part of a shared universe that has been in the works for a while. Louis and I talked about this some time ago, and it has been kind of rumored for a very, very long time, more than months actually, and everyone kind of knew it might happen. They have Godzilla 2 coming out. Well, here, let me not jump ahead of myself. But Godzilla vs. Kong is set to be released for 2020, and following in the footsteps of Kong Skull Island, which is going to be coming out in 2017, and Godzilla 2 will be coming ashore in 2018. I'm interested to see what direction Kong from Skull Island goes. Everyone was kind of saying it was a prequel, and then we were talking about where exactly this is going to fall and how will it be able to connect with Godzilla. And Godzilla 2, they've been talking about Rodan, Mothra, King Ghidorah, to be the monsters in those movies and be like a triple threat. But then my question, it's just kind of all like a warm-up for him to go against Kong. They have done battle in the past, for those of you who don't know. And in 1962, there was a film called King Kong vs. Godzilla, and Kong was actually kind of the victor. He was the only one to get out of the ocean after the crash, so by default, I guess, he was the one that won. And 58 years later, these two are going to be going head-to-head. Now, my question to you is, who do you want to see win? Granted, I was a big fan, not a big fan, but I was a fan of the new Godzilla movie. I know a lot of people had issues with it, but I still think it was a solid film. Unsure about how Kong is going to be introduced in Skull Island, but I will always be a King Kong fan. The 1933 film is one of my favorite films of all time, so I'll be rooting for Kong. Who are you going to be rooting for? Let me know down here in the comment sections below. Now, moving on, we're going to be talking about Thor 3. It's been reported that Thor 3 is the darkest Marvel movie yet, and it may feature the Valkyries. It was recently announced by Birth Movies Death that the Hulk is going to be appearing in the threequel, and they said that Chris Hemsworth's Thor and Hulk are going to be taking a cosmic road trip together, Hope and Crosby style, quote-unquote. But Birth Death Movies also claim that Hulk and Thor will be meeting the Valkyries during this movie. It isn't quite clear, though, if the Valkyries are the group of beings who bring gods to the Valhalla after they die, or Valkyrie, the standalone superhero and member of the Defenders. So I'm not sure which one they're specifically talking about. They haven't kind of made it clear, but it seems that's what's going to be happening. The site also speculates that the third Thor film may finally introduce the Enchantress due to her being an enemy of Valkyrie, and says, quote-unquote, Marvel thinks they're going to cast some great woman in this movie. Sources also tell Birth Movies Death that because the film is so dark, Marvel decided to hire a comedic director by the name of Taika Waititi to balance out the grimness of the script and bring it tonally a little closer to what Marvel fans have come to expect. End quote. Excuse me if I butchered that name. They believe Taika might be joined by another writer to help brighten the corners of Ragnarok while maintaining writer Christopher Yost's apocalyptic vibe. So that's a lot to take in. Thor 3, I'm excited for more dark stuff, honestly, from Marvel, and I understand why they'd want to bring in a comedic director, so it's not like the most gloom and doom things people are saying, but I think it's a really good time, because we're in Phase 3 now, to really kind of darken things up. So I'm looking forward to this. What are your thoughts on Thor 3 Ragnarok? Down here in the comment sections below. Moving on, earlier this year, there were rumblings hearing that Fox was actively trying to work towards bringing an X-Men franchise to the small screen, bring it to TV, pending the approval of Marvel. And it has now been announced that Fox and Marvel have joined forces to do 2 different television series based on the X-Men universe. Legion and Hellfire will be produced by Bryan Singer, Lauren Schuler Donner, Simon Kinberg, and Marvel's Jeff Loeb, and Jim Corey. Legion will introduce us to David Haller, He struggled with mental illness ever since he was a teenager, diagnosed as a schizophrenic. David has been in and out of psychiatric hospitals for years, but after a strange encounter with a fellow patient, he's confronted with the possibility that the voices he hears and the visions he sees might be real. End quote. Character of Legion, who is the son of Professor X, Charles Xavier. But we don't know if the show is going to go in that direction and actually use those family ties. I wouldn't see why, though, because having that kind of Charles X son is a great way to get non-comic fans to understand and realize who this character is a little bit better. Legion is going to be on FX, who has given it a pilot order and will be written and produced by Fargo creator Noah Hawley. FX's Nick Grad had this to say about this TV series. Legion is just the sort of ambitious story that Noah excels at. His adaptation of Fargo for television was one of the most acclaimed television events in recent memory. It's also an honor to partner with Marvel on Legion and to enlist such an accomplished team of executive producers to create this pilot. The other show, Hellfire, will be set in the 1960s and will follow a quote-unquote a young special agent who learns that a power-hungry woman with extraordinary abilities is working with a clandestine society of millionaires known as the Hellfire Club to take over the world. End quote. If you don't remember, we saw a glimpse of the Hellfire Club in X-Men First Class. Created by Evan Katz, Manny Cotto, Patrick McKay, J.D. Payne, and Payne and McKay are going to be writing the pilot script. As I mentioned earlier, Legion already scored a pilot order. Hellfire is still in development phase, but should be airing on Fox if all goes well. President of Fox Entertainment, Dave Madden, had this to say: "We are thrilled to partner with Marvel to bring this world of television and build upon a vibrant mythology that has captivated fans for years. These powerful and dynamic characters are complicated and larger than life. The pace and visual imagination are unrelenting, and the story takes place during one of the most explosive eras in recent history." Ladies and gentlemen, let me know what you think about Legion and Hellfire down here in the comment sections below. I don't know about you guys, but I think these two shows will actually intrigue me. I think Fox will be able to hopefully produce some solid television shows. Like they said, they have some really talented people working on these shows. However, I just don't know how it will go going to the small screen. It all kind of depends, and if they're going to be intertwining with movies or not, but I'm interested to see. Ladies and gentlemen, do not forget to let me know about what your thoughts are on Thor 3, Godzilla vs. Kong, or these two new X-Men shows down here in the comment sections below. That's the reason why I make these videos, is to make this one-way conversation a two-way conversation and make it a dialogue. So also, right above the comment section, you're going to see a thumbs up button. Do me a favor and click that. It lets me know that you enjoy what you're watching. You enjoy watching me talk about this stuff, and I'm doing a good job. Lets me know that I'm doing good, and it's all good for everybody. Also, make sure to never miss a video by hitting that subscribe button right down here. Go ahead, just click it right there. Ladies and gentlemen, that's going to be wrapping it up. Tomorrow is Thursday, where I'm reviewing one of my favorites for Halloween, actually, a horror film by the name of Pet Sematary. So make sure to tune in tomorrow for my Throwback Thursday review. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Jacob Toronto, and please continue chasing cinema. The site also speculates that the third Thor film may introduce the Enchantress. Why can't I say that word?